A good morning. How we doing, Nige? You wrapping up that holiday? What up, Bren? We are boxing up the Spartan Spins, creating the packages, boxing them up, as well as hopefully some of those finger spin Banshee SSs. Evolution shirts are in the mail, so I can start to get those packed and ready for the shirts, but I need to finalize next month's shirts. I'm not sure what next month's shipment's going to be. What I hoped it was going to be is running pretty close to if it's going to be on time or not. So I might have to adjust that on the fly here and just go with a different one. You at school, Brennan, or are you off this week? How many models do I usually have on deck? Um, Define deck. Like at the office, ready to go. For Patreon shipments, usually like one. Usually they're coming like pretty close to when I need to be shipping them. I've got one. Yeah. All right. I've got one shipment here that's like my backup for whenever I need it. So I might be adjusting to that one. And then next month's will be here closer to time. Um, and then I got the prototype coming in this week for the end of the year yo. Um, Assuming it comes out well. If not, we'll have to really make some things happen. Um, but the idea is that November and December will be combined into a titanium shipment, which is the new model that's coming in tomorrow for the prototype anyway. I am also kind of losing my mind a little bit. Somehow I lost two Rainicorn Afterlives. Either they are somewhere and my daughter grabbed them in the house, or I shipped them in the wrong boxes. So working on trying to figure out a solution for that because that's pretty crappy if you won the lottery and then you can't get one because I shipped them to the wrong people or lost them. Well, hopefully, if I did ship them to the wrong people, hopefully they would be kind enough to let me know so I can get those to the correct people. Um, I can understand how it would be tough to bring up that issue since I really don't know where they are. Like if you get an AL7 Afterlife Kaleidoscope in the mail, um, as a bonus yo-yo. So with your shipment of something else, are you gonna bring it up? I hope you would say yes, but I'm sure that that would be a tough thing to do. Because a lot of people feel like almost like it's Amazon. Like if Amazon messed up, you're probably just keeping the item, right? We are definitely not Amazon, so that makes it tough. But I really don't know where else they could be, so I had to have put them in somebody else's box. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yep, I print out those labels this morning. We'll see if they go out today or tomorrow, but that is what we are packing up today. I like to get them all out in the same wave, so maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. But yeah, you can rest assured if you have the Spartan spins, you're not getting a AL7 Afterlife Kaleidoscope on accident with it. When you get that email for tracking, it's from G Squared or is it from Pirate Ship? Because I still run into issues where people say they don't get tracking. So I'm guessing maybe they're looking at the wrong email, looking for tracking. What up, Philip? It says it's from PayPal, Naj? And I definitely was not expecting that. I figured it was from G Squared Geos or it was from Pirate Ship. Interesting. I never would have thought that the Pirate Ship comes via PayPal. It's imported from PayPal, so maybe that's why. Maybe it's only on the ones that are imported from PayPal, not the ones that I generate myself. What's up, Matt? How we doing today? You got court? That's pretty crazy that it sends that. Yeah, that's 3 days in a row with the sweatshirt. Luckily, I do have two of them, so this is just this morning's leftover clothes from yesterday. Nice. What does your tracking come from for Patreon though? Because I manually enter that into Pirate Ship. That's not generated from PayPal. This is a very tedious part of the job. You like the new yellow strings? The diamond blend supply runneth dry. So here we are. Patreon comes from G2HQ. Okay, so if I create a, that's what I thought. If I create it in Pirate Ship myself, not import from PayPal, it's coming from G2HQ. If I import from PayPal, it's coming from PayPal. Got it. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your help. Anybody know how Florida's doing? I think it should have gotten over the state by now. Mars Horizon loadout I got the other day looks even better in person. Such a great throw. I will say, like, fades are very hard to get on um, photos for me, and then to translate correctly to your computer screen is always tough. So fades do tend to look better in person. But the Mars colorway, definitely, I like that fade a lot. I'm not here to entertain you guys. You guys are here to entertain me. Aquamarines all went out yesterday from the Tuesday order. I'm working on packing up for the Spartans spin. I'll say that 3 times fast. Spartans spin. Oh, that randomizer yo-yo. I cannot believe I lost those Afterlife or shipped them to somebody else. What up, George? So I haven't kept them up to date, but it's old. It was in chronological order. I've got a row of every yo-yo. So like up here, I've got a row of Albatross, Nessie, Trident, Quake, Aftershock, Marble, Hawk, Banshee, and then it comes to the next one and it goes Wolf, Warthog, Elite. Then after the Ghost, Case File Series, P9, Pelican Original, E18, and P19, Banshee 18, Covenants. But I have new display cases that I designed specifically for yo-yo. So when those get in, I'm gonna set those up and properly set them up again. Get them all caught up. Yeah, so I somehow lost two of the Kaleidoscope Afterlife. Either Oakland got them and hid them, or I shipped them to somebody that with their order that did not win. So, yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna make a post today asking if you get it to please let me know so I can go to the rightful owner. And if you do that, I'll give you access to a reverse Rainbow Road encore. So hopefully eases the pain of what you thought could have been a mistake into a free yo-yo. Oh, this one is all Respawn Artist Editions. That one's pretty cool. And just some of the respawns I liked. I've got a Berries and Cream and a Nebula up there that turned out really good, so I have those. And then the rest are all different Artist Editions. I'm kind of hoping if the box, because if they're two yo-yos in the box, it should be too heavy. Sometimes they just charge my account, and sometimes they return it. So if they return it to me, that would be the ideal situation to correct the mistake. Um, yeah. Yeah, you're gonna open it, take a picture, list it on eBay. Be $350 richer. But hopefully, the ability to get to do the right thing and to get a reverse Rainbow Road encore is enough to bring them out. I know, maybe not eBay because of the eBay fees, but some sort of BST. I mean, that'll go a long way for the dance, right? Live opening every package that arrives from the G2HQ to prove I didn't get one of the extra afterlife. It's gonna be funny if you did now, actually. Like, crummy situation, but it would now be funny if you are the one that accidentally shipped it to. So it either went out to... It could have gone out to Aquamarine loadout. It could have gone out to unresponsive Boomer Proto. I think that's it. I think those are the only places it could have gone. Yeah, if Brendan goes to do an unboxing, just opens the box and shuts it and ends the unboxing, we know who got it. So, I mean, the number of people that it could be to is relatively small. And there's also a decent chance. I don't know. I don't know. It's to like one of 25 people. So we'll see what happens. Brandon, didn't you get one anyways? So maybe I mean there in theory I could have sent you two, but I don't think so. What time do the Guardians play today? A good morning. Be right back. Come on. Guardians are at 6 p.m. tonight? Dang it. I think the Guardians will win tonight. And if we can get our offense back on track, we got a good chance against their ace. We should beat them in game 2. That kind of really killed the mojo with Clase blowing that save. Well, not save. He came in, not in a save opportunity, but actually taking a loss. Thanks, dude. Ryan does almost all of our artwork. Johnson. And yes, it is hard to get these stickers lined up properly. There, that should be it. Who do we think wins the World Series this year? You don't really have any powerhouses. You got, what, the Mets? Not a powerhouse. Yankees, Royals, Tigers, Guardians. Who are the Dodgers playing? Maybe it's the Padres year again? Anybody but the Yankees and Dodgers would be ideal to me. But I'm just, at some point, we got to get that salary cap figured out. Like, come on. At some point. I don't care what the cap is, because if it's higher, make my team spend some money or sell them. If it's lower, the Yankees just have a few years to get under the cap, and Dodgers. I don't know if you need a floor. Because sometimes you get these teams that get hot from the minor league deals, right? Yeah, the A's owner was not there to win. They were collecting TV money, and that's it. Also, give me a shorter season. Give me a shorter season. You don't you don't necessarily have to lose that many games. Less days off, baseball almost every day. Get that starting rotation, so you gotta have. I mean, most of them have 5 starters right now, but gotta have a full 5. And no more April baseball. Just get rid of it. And then playoffs start in September. You can have the World Series in October if you want, but it gets too cold. And the games, I mean, I would like less games so that they mean a little bit more. But yeah. What other kind of worldly issues do we want to solve here? We need a salary cap, and Brandon wants a salary floor. I don't know. I guess that's fine too. So what's the floor? 75 million, cap 200 million, somewhere in there, something like that. Or maybe it's 100 million and 200 million. Got to be in that range. Shorter season, no April baseball. Hot dogs need to be cheaper too. There's a $5 cap on a hot dog. The hard part there is New York money doesn't spend like Ohio money. Um, so $5 in Ohio is very different than $5 in New York. So hot dog rates need to be under control though. Yeah, you're right. Bigger than a hot dog for $10 anywhere. I don't even think the boomers are still watching baseball though, honestly. The only boomers that will hit the shortened season are the owners. More publicly traded teams, so public owns the team, like the Packers. Man, if the public owned the Browns, we wouldn't have to keep trotting Deshaun Watson out there when Jameis Winston has a cannon attached to his shoulder. He doesn't make the best decisions. He'll throw some picks. But so did Joe Flacco last year. Come on. Deshaun Watson is awful. And he makes more than the Guardians baseball team. Hey, John. I think I sent you two. Not two. I might have sent you an AL7 Afterlife Kaleidoscope. Please let me know if I did. Somehow I lost two. I don't know if they're lost at my house from Oakland or if I shipped them. Rough one. Rough mistake to have happen. Good morning. Welcome back to the show, Mr. Brandon Hines. Good to have you live on the interwebs. Yeah, I really don't know where it went. I think it went to somebody that ordered a Yo-Yo Boomer Club unresponsive. But I'm not 100% sure that's where they went. That's my theory right now. Also, could have double shipped to one of the VIPs that got it, but I checked the shipping and it didn't look like I had multiple labels to them. Oh, we're doing all right, Brandon. We did find out this morning that somehow, some way or another, I'm missing two of the AL7 Kaleidoscope Afterlife. So we're kind of trying to sort through that and figure out where they could be. So yeah, the double whammy. Uncle Sam just ripping your heart and soul out yesterday, and then today I'm missing two Kaleidoscope AL7s. I definitely think for the majority of the people, and I don't. The majority of people would say something, I believe, and it's not like I have like people in mind that would not do it. But I think once you get it in hand and you see it, and you know that I don't know for sure who got it, there's an opportunity to just you live with it. You've got that AL7 Kaleidoscope, but you can't really sell it publicly, right? You can't show it off, and that's kind of part of the fun. But I think that it would be tough to send it back or admit it without the reward and process. Because I think you could rationalize and really talk yourself into it. Like if Amazon sent you an extra set of batteries, you're not going to tell them they sent you an extra set of batteries. You're just going to keep the batteries. So G2 is clearly not an Amazon, but I made the mistake. How to get a hold of a Reverse Rainbow Road Encore otherwise? That will likely be a lottery style again because the site cannot hold up to those types of drops usually. Um, but there's always a chance I just throw it in on loadout Tuesday as well with no warning. Um, just because keep people looking at loadout Tuesday. I know you guys can't buy a loadout every single week or whatever. You have multiple. But you could come check out the colorway and what else I might have up my sleeve. Yeah, taxation is theft, I tell you guys, it is. You guys see this week's loadout? It was alright. This week's loadout, I believe, is sold out. So, confirmed. Good colorway to the public eye. Aquamarine. Brendan, you didn't end up coming to Cleveland for Worlds at all, right? Or did you end up coming and you still went to the game or no? Hey, see Nige. Thanks for stopping in. So you didn't tent either or camp. What were you gonna do? Why didn't you make it? What up, Bradley? Hey, I think I sent you two kaleidoscopes. Let me know if I did. We are getting these Spartan spins boxed up and ready to rock. In uncovering the mystery of the lost AL7 afterlife. See, there he is, chat. The one that'll never tell. Got a flat and couldn't make it. Oh, that stinks. I have in a good faith that Brad would definitely tell me. I think that most of the nation would tell. Um, more likely that wouldn't tell is that it would be somebody that isn't really part of the community and just won the lottery, and somehow they got to. But yeah, yeah. Hopefully it gets sorted. I think I have the best solution for it. I'm gonna offer the two that did not get their kaleidoscopes, the Reverse Rainbow Road Encores in its place, and then also try to get the Afterlives returned. And if they return them, they'll have the access to the Reverse Rainbow Road Encore. I think that's the best solution I can come up with right now. I think it's going to go next week. I have Oakland and Jonah and I got all three kids tomorrow all day, so Friday and weekend posts don't do well, so it'll probably go up next week, and that'll give me a little more time to fully dissect how I want to do it. Um, there's a certain aspect there where I want to be as honest as possible and make it clear that these are my opinions on what I like about yo-yos. Um, but I still want to make sure that because if I don't like a yo-yo that's in the flight, um, I don't just want to trash that brand or that yo-yo. I want to just discuss what I don't like about it. And that's opinionated to me. Is it makes it a little more difficult because I own a brand as well, to just be honest. Um, but I need to be able to be honest in the flight for it to work. I just don't want to get anybody's panties in a bunch if I don't like their yo-yo. But hopefully they'll understand why. I mean, hopefully none of the yo-yos in the flight I just don't like. Um, and I'll be able to say what I like about it and maybe what part of each yo-yo I do like in flight. But I think that would be the best way to do it without being too over the top on the things I don't like about a yo-yo. Brad hooked me up. I don't know if I'm going to use a koi yet. He sent me. I know I'm going to do the Gray AL7 Afterlife, and what else did he send me? The Atmos, the Butterball. So those three are going in, and then I have a koi and a Bathy spear to compare it to. Um, so we'll see if I'm going to make it 4 yo-yo flight. I guess in theory I could do 5. It just most flights are consisting of 4, but that doesn't have to be the case, and it's not always the case. So I really could do all of those if I wanted to. Yeah, I think like even whiskey, they go more. Like on the YouTube content, you can do, as many as you need to do. So I'm not necessarily just limited. But I think for a video to be concise and, for people to actually watch it, it can't really go more than 10 minutes. So it might be tough to have more than 4 yo-yos and keep the video short enough. Oh, I don't need the boards for the yo-yo flight. Would be kind of interesting to have one that fits yo-yos though, outside of the drinks ones. But the drink one, I have these little glasses. That's why I wanted to get you the um, measurement, because I do the little glasses. They're like half ounce for the flight. So you do 4 of them, and that's really 2 ounces of whiskey and 4 different whiskeys. So I want 4 sets of those when I have people over to do a flight. They're kind of like the 12 glasses. They're aged in ore little ones. Yeah, aged in ore. Not the full Glencairn. Um, I think that the person that was making those um, didn't enjoy making them as much, so they're working on some different projects with some trash crates. But I do think that the cutting boards would be very cool, and I think multiple people would like them as a Christmas gift. Yeah, that's what he did. Board on both sides, like the river. I got some trash crates I can send you, Phil, if you want to mess with them. You're good to make them and sell them direct. I don't need to sell them or have a cut. It's just cool to have something with the G2 art out there. I showed the video to my wife and she didn't exactly say no. What video are we talking about? See you, George. Oh, video of the cutting boards. I mean, would you be able to have one that's not aquamarines? Yeah, those little tasting glasses are pretty awesome for little flights. It would be cool to have little uh G2ized ones. I think for those ones, I would probably just do the regular Glencairns, full size. Dinner is served. You know what was nice about these? The randomized colorway made it so there's no pressure on me. That's just nice. That one was weird. Had some mana flaws. Phil, I went back and tried to watch Harry Potter a while ago. I forgot how long ago that's been, and the quality level of those videos, not quite the best. They're all kind of dark. 14 more. Any glitches? I don't know. Um, well, there was a couple, but I don't know that they'll be available. I don't think the glitches will be available. Not a ton of Spartans overall. I think maybe like 60 were made and like 55 ordered. So after we see who's gonna pay their invoices, then we'll see how many extras there are. I do think the colorway probably scared off a lot of people, which is rightfully so. Very busy. Like if this would have come out and it was just like red yo-yo, black rim, Spartan spins, I think a lot more people would have been into it. I have not. So the other one I have is in the dirty clothes, but I have not washed it and seen yet. Do you need my address to send one out? It's no problem. Just send it over. This is the small stuff like that people don't realize. Like, um, I would say not G2 fans, but when people will complain that why is your yo-yo $100 and this yo-yo's 60 or 70, Um, well, because I do everything, and the anodizing is more expensive than the comparable product. Um, they don't think you should get paid at all for your time. Like they're just asking for the raw material cost. They don't understand trash grade or glitch rate, time to design the yo-yo, experience. Um, but most of our audience does because they're older and they have real life experience. But you get a lot, I think, of like 16 to I don't know, like 24. Um, that start to make some thoughts on their own, but they don't have the experience to understand all the overhead or intangibles that you're not considering. Yeah, Brendan, you're kind of short, right? So I'm guessing a medium is probably the route for you. I mean, maybe not the nicest thing to say on the internet, but did you say you were 5'6"? Can't remember where to ship the afterlives, but I can remember how tall Brendan is. Yeah, that sounds like a medium to me. Hey, you are what you are, right? Nothing you can change about your height. I think the other aspect is because you'll see a lot of people, like somebody will make a small run of yo-yos and basically sell them at cost. So they'll try to compare it to that, and they're making a small run of yo-yos at cost. Like that, it's not a sustainable business, especially if anything goes wrong, then you're out of luck. Like when I had to trash like 30% of the tsunamis, that was terrible. If you don't have overhead to protect you from that, you're just out of business. Ah, last box. Just in time too, because it's almost time to go pick up my daughter. How many more strings and pins? Looks like 8. Finally, the last box. Yes. Precisely, Phil. What am I looking for? Oh, strings. Am I out of string? Where you at, ball of yellow string? There you are. I am almost out. Nope. Disquieted, that is all. You do it for fun. I take my ring off for testing. I don't take it off for throwing like my actual stuff unless it's for unless for the most part it's like a swirl or something. Yeah, it's probably best to have the soft metal. You could probably be okay with gold, but wood, you definitely would break it. How often do you have to dress presentably? Do you have to go into work at all ever? Phil, I think AL7 Herdman, we're gonna need to drive and meet in the middle somewhere and film actual like an old school yo-yo video. No pants to work since 2020? What about underoos? Are you talking shorts or just no, just free? You haven't gone to work since 2019 and you still say rarely? What a gig, man. Have you thought about how, I mean, you work the farm, so it's different, but has it passed your mind, crossed your mind, like get another work from home job so you do both? Two full-time salaries? See ya, Hans. I'm almost done here too, as I gotta go get the kid. Can I be an account controller for the competition that does the same type of business? Well, the hard part would be like, look, we know everybody is not working 8 hours. You're working maybe four. Let's be real. Maybe month end close a little different. You have a couple busy days, but nobody's working all day as an office job. So you could do two of them, but you would be working all day then, and that might be rough. Phil's about to be my bookkeeper for G2 Yayos. Because I'm that guy that saves his QuickBook transactions until the tax lady needs them all. And at that point, I go through thousands of transactions for the whole year. And at that point, I'm tired and don't feel like doing it, so I lump into basically sales, cost of goods sold, or shipping expense. Pack Storm Goose? I still don't know. Was Pack Storm Goose ever made already, Matt? Because it was made without making it again. Honestly, I don't know that we have that many rolls left. Boom. Shagalaka. We're packaged and ready to rock and roll. We're packaged. We're going to call that a stream. We're done packing for the day. These are going to go out tomorrow. So that I see what time it is. Woo. See, that was an hour and 10 minutes of work, and I'm already tired. I gotta go find those AL7 Afterlife.